What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you had a great weekend. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video and future videos, because General Hospital is heating up. That's the reason why I'm doing it, because the show is starting to get better. And General Hospital is kicking the Young and the Restless ass in the ratings. So why not do videos? I mean, hell, GH, as soon as I decide not to do videos anymore, that's when the show want to start getting good again. They always wait till you try to do something else for them to start bouncing back. And yes, GH is kicking YNR's ass in the ratings, which is always fun, because YNR is so depressing right now. Steve Burton, if you had some sense, come back to GH, because why would you want to be on that fledgling show? I'm just saying. Oh. Now, the reason why I want to do videos is because if you read the spoilers that I read, shit is about to go down on this show. One of the spoilers is Heather Weber. She's going to tell the truth as to what her secret really is. Apparently, it's coming up that Franco is not a Quartermain, and she knows something about Scott from back in the day. So I'm really looking forward to find out what that is. And apparently Derek Wells is about to put a hit out on Morgan. So shit is definitely about to hit the fan nowadays. So I can't afford to miss a minute of the action, and I won't miss it. Today's episode was great. I love today's episode. A lot of it pissed me off. And I'm going to tell you which part pissed me off. Patrick. I lost so much respect for that human being. That son of a bitch. You're gonna sit here and propose to this girl? Are you serious? He really did that. He proposed marriage to Sabrina after 6 months of dating. 6 months of dating. He wants to marry her. And you could tell that proposal was bullshit because he didn't even have an engagement ring. That's how I know that proposal. It was unplanned, and it was just something that he decided to do at the spur of the moment, as a spur of the moment type of thing. Because you ain't even have an engagement ring for the girl. And y'all only been dating 6 months. Y'all not even living together full time yet. Here's my thing about quickie relationships. I don't like them. How the fuck do you ask somebody to marry you after just 6 months? How? It's impossible. How could you know that this is the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with after only 6 months? Look at Steve and Olivia. He proposed to Olivia after 2 years of dating. That I like, because 2 years is more than enough time to tell you if you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody. 6 months, I know people be like, oh, well, love at first sight. Love at first sight ain't got nothing to do with proposing. So you mean to tell me, for all you women out there, you mean to tell me if you were in a relationship with a guy and y'all only been dating 6 months and he proposed to you, whether he had an engagement ring or not, would you say yes? Honestly, would you honestly say yes? After only 6 months? I would never propose to a woman at 6 months a date. I never. I'm telling you that right now. People say never say never. I'm saying it. Never. Because that's not enough time to know if this person is marriage material. Because you could marry this person and the whole ball game gonna change. No. 2 years, that's the best time to propose. If y'all still together and y'all still standing tall at 2 years, then propose. But 6 months, hell no, you ain't even scratched the surface yet. Come on now, be smart about it. And if he do marry this broad, you better have a prenup. But I'm pretty sure Robin gonna come back way before the I do's. So anyway, Britt, she ran into Faison with the baby, telling him to, give her back her son, but Faison is refusing because he wants a male heir. So she tells him that the baby is not his blood. And he assumed that Obrecht was lying to him about Britt being his daughter, but she said no, she is his daughter. But finally we get answers. Ben is not her biological son, according to her. A part of me feel like she could be lying just to say that to Faison so he wouldn't want the baby. But another part of me thinks she might be telling the truth. I don't know. It's 50-50 because we can't take Britt's word on this because she's a known liar. So you can't really take her word. She could be lying just to get the baby back. So until we run a DNA test, I ain't believing shit. I still say that baby is biologically hers because I don't trust her word. But according to her, the baby ain't hers, which could be true and could not be true. So she demands the baby. They get into a little tussle or whatever. He grabs her. And that's when Nicholas comes in pointing a gun at him, telling him to let her go. So I love that scene. Britt and Nick. What do they call them? Brick? Is that what people calling them now? Brick? I like that name. I love when people smush names together. That should be so funny sometimes when you smush a name together. Brick. I love it. So I'm definitely feeling it. And they go together. Britt and Nick. I like it. It rhymes somewhat. So Anna, she runs into her and Robert bump into Obrecht as she's unconscious and they wake her up. That shit was so funny. Robert kicked her and said, "Wake up, bitch." That shit had me on the floor. He said, "Wake up, bitch." I was like, oh, Robert. They never cease to amaze me. That's why I love the veterans on this show. I love them. So they want to know about Robin, and Obrecht still playing games, talking about Robin not alive, talking about Faison was lying. So they try to play on her. And they know that she fed up with Faison and his obsession with Anna, so they try to get her to tell them what they want to know. So Nicholas, he runs into the lab and he sees Robin. And he tells her that everybody in Port Charles thinks that she's dead. But he told her that Jerry Jacks, staged her death so she could help him with polonium poisoning. So he wanted to go find Britt and stuff like that. But she didn't want to stay in that lab by herself. So she didn't want to stay in the lab by herself because she got sick of staying in there all this time. So he gave, they went upstairs. He gave her a gun and told her to keep an eye on Obrecht. So she was sitting there with the gun pointed at Obrecht, telling her how she finally won and she's finally going back to Port Charles with her family. So I was so happy. Even though I know it ain't going to happen that fast, but finally somebody found Robin and she's finally going to be back in Port Charles again because it's about time. I am so sick of this storyline. It's been going on for a year now. It is about time that we finally get rid of this and she can go home, go be with her husband, go be with her daughter. Hopefully her and Patrick can make another baby. Because I know she always wanted another kid. Because, Nicholas told her that Ben isn't Patrick's son, his biological son. So anyway, Anna and Robert went down to the lab and they couldn't find Robin down there. But they did find the video that Robin was looking at from the nurse's bowl. So that told Anna that Robin was definitely alive and she was in there. So I can't wait to see the confrontation between the two of them and Jerry Jacks tomorrow. That should be interesting. Now, let me get on to more pressing business. This custody shit. Because I got something to say about this mess. And what I'm about to say, some of y'all might not want to hear it, but goddamn it, truth. So, Alexis was telling Lulu that her getting custody of this baby is her chances are slim to none. And Diane was telling Maxie and Spinelli that their chances are great at getting this baby back. So I was happy about that. And I love what Diane told Maxie off the record. She was like, I'm taking my lawyer hat off and telling you this as a friend, that what Maxie did to Spinelli she should be ashamed of herself. It was appalling to sit there and lie to him about his biological child, which I agree with. And she should be damn lucky that Spinelli is even side by side with her and he's even forgiven her. I think that's the truth. Diane, that's why I love Diane, because she speaks that truth and I love it. I might not agree with 100% of what Diane says sometimes, but she definitely speaks the truth and she gives it to you on a silver platter. She doesn't bite her tongue. And I love that about her. She's very blunt. And I do agree with her. Alexis is a formidable, she's a great attorney, but she's not better than Diane. Some people say she's better than Diane. How? Diane is cutthroat. Diane is a shark. She's ruthless. The only thing Alexis is better at her as being an attorney is the fact that Diane is unethical. She's not ethical at all. You know how some people see things black and white and they don't see no gray areas? Trust me, Diane see plenty of gray areas. And that's not Alexis's style. Alexis is by the book. She's very black and white. She doesn't see any gray areas. And that's where I think she loses. Because you have to be ruthless to be a lawyer. You have to represent your client the best of your abilities. And that's exactly what Diane does. She does her job. And she would throw you under the bus. She doesn't give a fuck. Because that's how Diane is. And at the end of the day, if I needed some assistance in the legal profession, trust me, Diane would be the first bitch I call. Trust and believe. And I would pay her anything she want. Because she's that damn good. And Lulu was getting on my fucking nerves. Sitting there talking about she'd tell the judge and the courts everything that they need to know. All the lies Maxie ever told. All the secrets. Pretty much everything dirty about Maxie to show that she's an unfit parent. And Maxie was pretty much saying the same thing about Lulu. She'd do the same fucking thing. My thing about it is, Lulu, go sit down. Please give that baby back and shut up. That is not your child. Give it back. You lost. She keeps talking about all the things Maxie did. Well, let me tell you something. Maxie and Spinelli live a much safer life than Dante and Lulu do. Just a few months ago, Lulu was kidnapped in her own home. Her own home. She was kidnapped. And lost her memory. Didn't know who nobody was. You think that's safe for a child? 2, her father-in-law, Sonny Corinthos, is an alleged mob boss. And there's a history of mental illness in her family. Her father is a international thief. You know, I like me some loot, but let's call it what it is. He's a con artist, an international con artist. And he impersonates professional people like doctors, cops, lawyers. He impersonates them. Yes, he does. We've seen it firsthand. So come on now. And she has mental illness of her own because she spent some time in Shady Brook. She even killed somebody and Maxie tried to help her cover it up. And she used to date a mob boss, Johnny Zakara. And her husband is a police detective who's bent the law plenty of time. He's bent the law, plenty of times. And he is pretty much on duty 24/7. He lives a very dangerous lifestyle as a police detective. And he was shot more than once. And Nicholas was shot in their own home. Come on now. And Dante, they don't have the money to support this child. If you look at it all, I don't really think Dante and Lulu are fit parents. Not with everything going up against them. Maxie and Spinelli damn sure got a good chance at winning this shit. And Alexis know that. Diane know it. They all know it. I feel like, why you think she was telling Lulu to go home and talk to Dante? Dante, if you really notice, Dante don't even want Connie no more. He loves her, but he doesn't want her no more. He thinks that they should give the baby back. The only reason why he's trying to fight for custody is because that's what Lulu wants. It's the only reason why he's doing it. If it wasn't for Lulu, trust me, he would have gave that baby back. And we all know it. Oh, I got something to say real quick about the Patrick situation. My God, Patrick. You want to propose to Sabrina all because you had a chat with Elizabeth? First of all, Elizabeth was telling you to move on from Robin, live your life, and trying to encourage you to move on. She never told you to propose. Seriously? Come on, dude. Obviously, you're not serious about what you want. And I think the only reason why he's marrying Sabrina is because he's trying to get Robin out of his mind. And Sabrina is so dumb for accepting a proposal. Like, what kind of an idiot are you? You basically are setting yourself up to fail. And that's exactly what's going to happen. 6 months of dating and y'all getting married. Are you fucking serious? Give me a break. Anyway, I'll see all y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. See you later.